Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dinner Parties Rehoboth Beach podcast. Dinner Parties Rehoboth Beach is a reality show taking place within the Southern Delaware Beach community. Our collective group of couples hold dinner parties in the Rehoboth Beach and Lewis areas at their homes or select party venues. Our cast are residents and members of the LGBTQ+ community who work and live in the community as business owners, community activists, in nonprofit, designers, and professional service providers. Each episode will focus on one couple's preparation and the experience around each of their dinner parties. All couples in attendance rate their experience by categories such as decorations, food and beverage, and entertainment. Our season finale will show a final party during the holiday season. Rehoboth Beach and Lewis, Delaware offer a unique backdrop as a beach town with wonderful shopping, ocean views, boating, and of course, beautiful beaches. In this podcast, we get to know each of our couples and their respective backgrounds with our host, Michele Fenning, the creator of Dinner Parties Rehoboth Beach and co-founder of Blind Eye Productions. And we are back with a Dinner Parties Rehoboth Beach podcast. In the past couple episodes, you got to know our cast members and their backstories and their passions, etc. But now we're going to take it behind the scenes and get to know our producers, Mike Hall and Michele Fenning.
Hello, everyone. We are here today speaking with Michael Hall. He is the executive producer of Dinner Parties Rehoboth. My name is Michele Gambino. You guys might already know me. You've seen me in a few of the podcasts. But we are one of our... The producer.
Yeah, the producer.
But Michael Hall's everybody's boss.
I wouldn't use boss, but okay.
We're in one of our favorite places. We're in Philadelphia, sitting in the South 9th Street Italian Market Shopping District, and we're in the Visitor Center. And we're just going to chat today about dinner parties and our excitement about television and movies and kind of like what we do.
Wow.
So, Mike Hall, let me ask you a question.
I watch a lot of movies.
Favorite all-time movie? What is it?
Wow. I wasn't prepared for this. I kind of like To Serve with Love.
Okay.
Sidney Poitier.
Right?
Yeah,
I kind of knew classic.
Kind of float there with my favorite. And there's one other I can't think of right now because I'm on the spot. But definitely To Serve with Love has been mine for a while. What about yours?
So my favorite movie of all time is it's like a girl movie, but it's
chick flick.
Not really.
Did I get canceled?
It's not really a chick flick. There's two that are neck and neck, and they're so different on the spectrum.
Okay.
One is The Sound of Music, Julie Andrews.
With Julie Andrews. Oh my God, I'm old. Go ahead.
And the other is The Godfather.
Oh, wow.
Come on, best movie of all time.
If you know her last name, then you understand.
And I've watched it a million times.
The Sound of Music, when you talk about movies, man, just the scenes and the movies and the theater involved. Yeah, for a lot of you younger people who may not know what it is, it's something that you should really watch. Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah.
So how about like current day, like, because you and I always talk about TV shows. Right, we're like TV show junkies.
We send each other shows all the time. And lately, I send her a show, and I already saw it. Like, what the fuck?
It's a cold winter in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
like lots of TV. So, what do you think? Like, I have to say, I'm going to start. I have to say, I think that Apple Television is putting out some great TV shows, and there's been, I just can't. The content is very good.
Wow. So I kind of flip back if we're talking streaming services and not actual shows now. I run out of stuff to watch on like Netflix and Prime Video. I don't watch Hulu much. And I've been watching a lot of shows that aren't in the United States. A lot of overseas shows. So yeah, it's Apple. Not too much. I guess you have to like say what the movie was because you can see movies in all different genres, and So if you could, this question is just amazing. If you could have dinner with 5 people, anybody in the world, who would it be?
So I would want at my table.
Now, before she does this, And are you shooting B-roll? Because we need to.
She does edit.
So, my guess is going to be one of the names. You're going to say one of my names.
I am.
That's what I'm thinking. But let's see.
Okay. So I would absolutely positively want both sides grandparents that came from Italy.
Oh,
I would
wow.
want them at my table.
Okay.
Right? Because I would want to talk to them about their story.
Okay.
Like, why? What was your life like in Italy? Why would you come? Like, what did that look like?
Right.
I would totally want them.
And that would be totally interesting because so many people would say the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I would want some iconic actress like Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
Somebody who
Okay.
is old world
Close.
Hollywood, like Joan Crawford, Marilyn Monroe,
Wow.
like somebody from that
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
I know I'm not giving like a specific,
Yeah,
I
no, no.
definitely Frank Sinatra at my table.
Did I tell you she's Italian? I tell you she's Italian.
Definitely.
You know,
Frank
the
Sinatra.
Godfather, Frank Sinatra, you kind of showing your colors here.
Because he would give me the whole music story, movie story. Like, he would bring a lot to the table. And then one of the founding fathers, of course.
See, now
Like-
you're making me alter my
You could
I
have
feel
the same
feel
people.
really bad.
So maybe like Thomas Jefferson. I find that he might be interesting to have around.
Wow.
Or like Betsy Ross. Or like maybe Dolly Madison, one of the women. From the founding father era.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
one of those.
Maybe the suffrage movement.
And then some famous politician like JFK.
You know you're on like 10 people now.
I know, but I'm just trying to
I'm
like
just
let
saying.
you know where
It's supposed to
I
be
am.
5, but you're on like 10.
Okay, I'm done. You
And
tell
that's
me
okay,
yours.
no, because you made me feel bad already. You made me. I'm like SpongeBob. I mean, how does that even compare? If SpongeBob was real, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to talk to SpongeBob.
He would be good.
Jeez.
He would be good at the table.
Okay, so I guess now that I have to rethink, I have to rethink this. Wow.
You don't have to. You can have my
Okay,
people.
so-
We can share.
I'm gonna make you cry now because you started. So the first one at my table had to be my dad.
Okay.
So I lost my dad almost 10 years ago now. And yeah, I would definitely, don't cry. It's okay. I would definitely have my dad there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to jump to like now. Man, I want to meet Keanu Reeves.
Oh, wow.
I
Look
do.
at you.
They say
the
he's-
action
they say
star.
he's more than that. They say he's just a great person.
Mm-hmm.
Just really a great person,
Mm-hmm.
And I think the world needs that. But yeah, I'd like to meet Keanu Reeves. Then we go to like some people like, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Okay.
If I could have them at the table,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool. That's about it for me. I could throw some other people in. Now,
There's some people in.
I guess if we go like movies, it's not like I really want to meet Sidney Poitier. I just kind of enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
But Muhammad Ali would be great. I never met Ali.
Could you imagine how interesting
Oh my God,
that
I never
would be?
met Ali.
Right.
Muhammad Ali would be great.
Because I'm like a dad, an athlete, like a community
Yeah,
leader.
and what they went through in their time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would be great. And well, am I up to like 4 or 5?
Yeah, you're up to 4 or 5. You
Like
can
4
name.
or
You
5.
can name another one.
Yeah, I'll reserve the next one for the next video.
So
we gotta
that
keep them.
okay. So let's stay on the dinner party theme.
Well, hold on. Let me finish this.
Go
So I
ahead.
can keep 'em in suspense.
Okay, you keep them in suspense.
Yeah, I'm gonna reveal my 5th choice
Okay.
in the next video, and it's really gonna knock you off your socks. Go ahead.
Okay. So Griffey and I were talking about this the other day. So what is your favorite food or meal to eat versus your favorite food or meal to cook?
What's amazing is, like, I should have been prepped on these questions. Come on. I mean, where's my PA? Where's my PA? Jesus. I'm sorry.
It's not a hard one.
Go
Ann.
ahead. The favorite meal to eat.
You like
as
to eat
opposed-
like you're a foodie.
Okay. Well, we all know that I reversed type 2 diabetes. So I don't eat like I used to eat.
Okay.
But my favorite meal hasn't changed. It's lasagna.
Is it really?
It's
I never knew that about
lasagna.
you.
Lasagna all day.
All day, every day.
All day, lasagna all day. Now, what I cook, not a lot,
Right.
but the other day I talked to you, I was
Yeah.
making salmon. I cook a lot of that now, so like salmon and vegetables and stuff like that. And I'm not really a person who likes to cook either, so, I kind of like to eat.
He loves to eat. And he's a great person to feed. Like, so if you're a cook and you want to feed people who like food,
Yeah,
Mike is that person.
yeah.
He appreciates what you give him. He enjoys it thoroughly. He is the best person to sit next to at any type of eating.
I
You want to
enjoy
sit next to Michael Hall.
I enjoy it so much because I can't really eat like that again. So I really appreciate, when you cook it, and oh my God, and what people put into a meal. I'm not a foodie. I'll eat anything, but I'm not a foodie.
He's a
Okay,
foodie.
so how people go and take special lengths to prepare that meal is like just awesome. So yeah, I do have an appreciation for that.
Now, what is your go-to beverage, Mike?
Is
So-
this PG? Is this PG?
It could be an
Is this
alcoholic
PG?
and non-alcoholic. What is your go-to beverage?
Well, I drink gallons of water now, of course. But if I had a go-to alcoholic beverage, it's got to be like a sweet drink, like margaritas and stuff like that.
It used to be Fireball.
Oh my God. I didn't know you were talking about liquor.
Yeah, any kind. Any kind.
Oh, no. I went to La Cumbiana, the restaurant on 5th Street, and got a margarita that was this big. That was like about 4 years ago. And I went with Wendy, my sister, in midday. And I was buzzed till 3 in the morning.
Were you really?
Yes, I'm going back there today.
So, Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about how many siblings you have, where you were raised? You have such a great story.
Wow. Okay, I'm the baby. How
Out
about
of?
that? Baby out of 5. And I was raised in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, I made it out. The slogan is Detroit, where the weak are killed and eaten. And that's how it is. Moved to Atlantic City and eventually migrated up to Philly. Yeah. And you're a Philadelphia person
I am Philadelphia born and bred.
through and through.
Through and through, born and bred, and so proud of it. I
Oh,
love my city.
She does.
I love
She
being
does.
here. I can't imagine being anywhere else, except like in January, February. I don't love it so much because it's like
Oh my
cold
God.
and like
High five
humid,
me.
and
Yeah.
damp. Like today is like damp and cold,
Yeah.
but the other 10 months, awesome.
Yeah. Normally during the wintertime, I go to Florida like 3 times
Right.
just to get away from the cold. But remember, I'm older. So like when Detroit was cold with like 20 feet of snow, I lived through it, that whole thing. Stuff that like you would see on a picture and not believe it. Yeah. So I hate snow.
Oh, okay, so my favorite food to eat, and I could eat this all day, every day, is any type of macaroni. I could eat macaroni, gravy. We say gravy here. For the rest of you, it's marinara sauce.
That was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who all out there knew she was going to say an Italian dish? Who?
I can eat that all day. Like if I had to talk about like my favorite dessert, it would be chocolate cake with chocolate buttercream icing.
Of course it's
That would be like my favorite dessert of all times. A nice moist chocolate cake, nothing.
And you
better.
thought she was going to say tiramisu.
My go-to drink is iced tea unsweetened because of the diabetes. I also drink a lot of water, like Mike said. And I would say my alcoholic beverage of choice would be a dirty martini. Extra dirty.
Ooh, extra dirty.
Filthy.
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 Oh my God.
Filthy. That would be that's like a treat. Like, I don't really drink much, but that would be like a treat for me. I love to cook any type of Italian food. One of my favorite meals to cook is the 7 fish dinner on Christmas
seven
Eve.
fishes.
I love
seven
the 7 fishes.
7 fishes.
Love the 7 fish meal on Christmas Eve. I do it every year. It's like one of my
Wow.
favorite things to
Oh
cook.
yeah, she's traditional.
Yeah.
She's that traditional person around the holidays. That's Michele. Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
And then I could make a nice lasagna. Italian food, gravy and meatballs all the time. Like, I'm okay with gravy and meatballs. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like basic, feel good kind of food. I think that it helps us get through the day. Right. And I feel like it makes your problems go away.
Comfort food.
Right.
I just got hit by a bus. Here, let me feed you. Comfort food. Yes, that's what it is. Right. Come here. Yeah.
But Mike and I are really fortunate because where our office is, where we work, we have two very good cooks in the office.
Yeah.
And these two ladies can put it out.
They do.
And they do. They do.
They do.
So it's kind of nice and they love cooking for Mike, so it's kind of nice to be treated when they whip up something.
Yeah. So ask me how I thought up dinner parties. Ask me
Ask him, Griff, how?
Well, Griff's behind
Mike,
the camera.
How did dinner parties get started, Mike?
Let me tell you this. So I've written a lot of things, right? And I would write my stuff, and then I would record it. And so we all knew, well, I knew I wanted to do the whole production thing. I knew something in the entertainment industry. So I had written like 4 or 5 pilots, and then Michele and I was talking, and we decided to talk to a production company, right? So we're going to talk to this production company, and then Michele goes to Delaware, and then she comes back and says, yo, I got this banging idea. I'm like, okay, all right, so tell me about it. So she tells me about the whole idea, and she's like, I'm like, wow. So I wrote one treatment. I said, this is how you write it, right? And then we did it. And so now we're going to meet this production company. And she's like, well, I think you should do agents. I'm like, hell no. We're going with dinner parties. That's the shit. So actually, I didn't think it up, but it was all Michele's.
But anyway, we also tossed around this idea called agents, which is Mike's idea. Yeah. And Mike has a heavy security background. He was a police officer. And so agents would be following agents around to their jobs, basically to where we would send them clients, events, what they would do, and to get the backstory on that. So yeah, that's kind of like Mike's.
And
Mike's
she thought it was good. She was like,
I liked it. We should
talk to them about agents.
Yes.
I'm like, you must be out your mind. Dinner parties, just the thought of it, and thinking about shooting it. And if it's controversy at all because of subject matter and things like that, and what you could do with it, I'm like, no, that's the one right there. And Michele has really taken it and really created it, and it's really shot really well, and you'll really enjoy it. I mean, it's fun, it's funny. Yeah.
I do. I like it a lot. I want to make more. We need money to make more. We need a sponsor. We want to make more.
Oh, that's why we're here?
That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So I want to just talk a little bit about my history with Mike. So Mike was kind enough to hire me. A lot of years now, Mike.
It's 11 years, right?
Is it? I think at least 11.
Mm-hmm.
In his security business, and I've been working with him ever since. I consider Mike my best partner ever. He's a great person to work with. He has an open mind.
I'm not paying her. I'm not.
He's not. He's a visionary, and you could go to Mike with ideas. And I like to say about Mike, he will give you enough rope to hang yourself. Unless he thinks it's going to be too quick. Then he'll pull the rope. That'll be like, no, you're not getting the rope. I'm shutting it down. So I feel like we have a very good working relationship, Mike.
Oh, we do. And I can't wait to do more on the entertainment and production side.
Yeah.
Really. And she'll tell you, I'm slipping, like pushing into it. And, I think she has some really good ideas. And you've been in with Christina
I've been,
Cook
right, I produced a cooking show for many years called Christina Cooks.
Right.
So I kind of have, a lot of experience on the production side. And I liked it. I like it a lot. It's hard work. It is a lot of work, but it's good. It's good. It's good to see a final product. I like that you make it and then you see a final product.
And what I'm experiencing now, because of the YouTube channel and all that, is the creation of it, creating it.
Mm-hmm.
it's really fun. It's really fun, and it's rewarding.
It is rewarding
Because
I agree.
of where we are and what I'm doing on that end is rewarding because of what we're doing in our plight and what we're going through. So yeah, I can't wait until we are really up and running, and then we can produce our own ideas.
Right. Yeah, and we have Griffey. We want Griffey on board.
Oh my God, Griffey sucks. She's you can't see Griffey right now, but Griffey sucks. She's like the worst and doesn't do much.
And she keeps coming back, which is
her.
Great because we're like, okay, we're going to scare her off in a week.
This
and
may not be filming right now because she may not have hit play.
She may not have hit play.
That's Griffey. And
but the light looks good.
Yeah, right? The ring light.
The ring light looks good.
And she have some kind of excuse, like you just said, we weren't taking it or we were rehearsing.
We were just practicing.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what she would say.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky to have Griffey too on the team now.
Griffey does our social media too, so she should put her Instagram up or edit it in or something like that, because it takes a team. It really does. It really does. It takes a team. I reversed type 2 diabetes, and my son was 11 when he was diagnosed, and it kind of changed my life.
Now, is he a type 1?
He's a type 2.
He's a type 2, okay.
Changed my life, and then I got it, and I reversed it. So from the time he was 11 until now, I have been researching it. You can't imagine, as a parent, how you get punched in the stomach when they diagnose your child at 11. And then back then, I didn't know everything I know now. So back then, oh my God, he's going to die any minute. Any fucking minute, oh my God.
You can't go outside.
I love you, bye-bye.
Just got to stay in your room. You can't go outside. No outside. No playing.
And so, historically, really people of color, but more than that, people in disenfranchised areas. So it's not really color. It has to do with poverty. That's what you'll learn. And so, I wrote a book. I've written a book. I don't want my mom to smack me. And I started a YouTube channel, From the Mind of MDOT. MDOT is my other name. And the channel has a lot of diabetic information on it. So it won't just have just that, but right now it does have a lot of reversing diabetes on there. Example, did you know... Oh, yeah, I sent it to you. You probably looked at it. Did you know that there's a type 3 diabetes?
I did not.
And most people don't.
Who gets diagnosed with that?
Alzheimer's. They're saying Alzheimer's is like a type of insulin resistance in your brain.
Really?
And they're saying that people all over the world know that. And we're just late to the game with calling it type 3 diabetes.
Wait, the Americans are just late to the game? Really?
Yes. That's what's going on now. And also, your duodenum, what's it called? What's it called?
The duodenum, yeah.
Yeah. So they're reversing it with that now. It gets hard on the inside, and they're putting tubes in it now, and it's giving you some type of reversal also. So there's so many things out there to deal with this disease that's reversible. I said, you know what? I want to just bring them all and put them in one place. And that's what I've been doing. So that's it. Other than that, the security company, and I've written a couple books, and I own some real estate, and the people call me the serial entrepreneur, right? And the reason, though, see, I have Michele with the security company, so now I'm able to do other things too, and know that Michele has had that part down. And recently, we kind of just split some stuff, so now I'm doing mostly operations, and she's doing something else. That's how we.
He's very good at operations. Way better than me. He has way more patience than I do.
Yeah, operations is my thing.
Yes. Oh, so I have really been very fortunate working in the hospitality industry for many years, and I like to say I worked every segment of hospitality. So the security portion, the event portion, the production portion, the ops portion, the sponsorship portion, the budgeting, the control of like paperwork and licensing. And so that sort of, when you're in hospitality, it sort of leads you down a path, and you could take the other the other brick roads, like besides the main path. And a lot of times that's where your career goes. And presently I work at Engage Security, Mike's company, and I produce the South Night Street Italian Market Festival, which I'm really proud of. Yes. The festival's in May. It's May 18th and 19th this year, everybody. I also work on dinner parties. And I help the South Night Street Business Association along. So my career has taken an interesting kind of path from originally what it was from, in the hospitality business. I've also been fortunate enough to work with Christina Perilla for many years. I was her office manager, produced 7 seasons of shows. So I literally wake up every day and I consider myself so fortunate to have the experiences that I've had.
How did you know? When did you know? Well, I remember the weekend, but when did you know about dinner parties? How did you know? And were you, like, Miss Will was here?
I did.
Because I have a comical.
Yes. So I was in Rehoboth with my husband, and we were at a friend's house. Our very, very, very good friends, Rich and Michele, who are 2 of the cast members of Dinner Parties, and they were throwing a dinner party at their home, and I was helping. And honestly, 2 gay men getting ready for a dinner party was I just should have sat back, put my seatbelt on, and watched. It was so extreme. It was so much. And they wanted to, so we were setting up outside in their beautiful yard, and it's like brick. And I was like, what do you mean we're using China? It's on brick. What do you mean we're using your, like, Waterford crystal glasses? It's brick. And they were like, oh yeah. And so I was like, where are the red Solo cups? We need the red Solo cups. And so this went on like all day. And I was like, oh my God, Mike Hall should be here. He would be like, what is happening right now? And then I was fortunate enough to sitting next to this gentleman who had such an interesting background. And I learned that a lot of people in Rehoboth and down in Delaware, in that community, the gay community, have had completely other lives besides the life they have right now. And they're business people, they're entrepreneurs, they have philanthropic interests. And I just found this man so interesting. And I just started to think, oh my goodness, we should do this on a show, because everybody has something to offer, to bring to the table to offer, and everybody has a great story. And then when we handpicked the cast for that reason, because we wanted people
stories. Yeah,
we wanted their story.
Yeah.
We wanted you, the population, to gravitate towards them and understand their story. And they all have such an interesting story, everybody in the cast. And a lot of that was formulated from that dinner party that I was at. And that's sort of what happened.
I could pick out some moments before I ask you, if you were an investor, why should you invest in dinner parties? But I'm going to pick out some moments, because another reason that Michele, she'll come to me and she'll say, oh, Michael should be here, is because I have the silliest sense of humor ever. Okay? Silliest sense of. So imagine me in a group of gay men at a dinner party. Okay? So I'm going to have a silly sense of humor. So what I can remember, though, is I was there, and there's a scene where they have to put together an outdoor
the hut.
The hut, and they couldn't do it for nothing. I was cracking up. It was like they had all thumbs. And Michele was like, I think you got to go out and help them. I'm like, no, I'm going to get popcorn. It started raining, and they were trying to put it together. It was like, wow. And then you had the other scene when they brought in Mona, right? Uh-huh. So Mona is a performer, and it's a male performing drag. Yeah. And Mona came in just ripping people apart. She's just cutting people up, right? So now you can actually see me in that scene because I'm sitting off to the side, but the caterers are trying to stay out of her way, and I'm trying to stay out. I'm like, she ain't ripping me apart. I'm trying to stay out of the way. So I like moved all the way over. Like, please don't even look. I know, right? I'm cracking up as I'm watching the whole thing though. So now, if you're the investor, why should you invest in dinner parties?
So I think somebody should invest in dinner parties because it is a message about community, and it's a message about philanthropic work, and it's a message about people, responsible citizens who are leading these really, really remarkable lives, and they're impacting the community in a good way. And we're using all kinds of products in this dinner party. So think about that demographic, right?
Yeah.
The I don't I mean I really like the gay demographic
I
of
let her say.
like just like things like outrageous and like there's no limit, and like everybody has such great taste, and like from their wardrobe to their homes to like what they would serve at a dinner party and all the products that we're using.
Yeah.
Like like Mike, like Griffey and I talked about this. Like we need a china sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
We need a glassware sponsor. We need the tablecloth sponsor. We because think about all those products that they're all using and
Absolutely.
that they have.
Yeah.
Like one of our couples, what did they say? How many dishwashers do they have in their house? 4? Vince and Tom?
Vince easily have like
I think they said they had 3 or 4 dishwashers in their house.
That's Griffey,
They-
everybody.
They have a room down their basement where they store all of their products that they use for dinner parties. Like they
Wow.
must have plate service, China plate service for 20 people easily.
They have a store downstairs.
Yeah, they literally have a store downstairs.
Wow.
And so all that represents like demographic of customer, Plus I also think that I think that people are interested to see what other people are doing. And these are people of interest. Like
Yeah.
they're just like not
Yeah.
like anybody. Like they're people of interest. And that's why I think you should you should be one of our investors in dinner parties, is because of what dinner parties is bringing to all of us.
So you're gonna ask me the same question?
So Michael Hall, if you had $250,000 or any amount of money, why would you invest? Why would you think dinner parties is a good investment?
Wow. So I was there.
You were there.
I was there. What I've learned is you, like even with YouTube, you just want to make the best video possible. That's it. It's not about likes or views or anything like that. It's about making the best video possible. So not talking about everything that you said, the experience was just great.
Mm-hmm.
The characters are rich and likable and nice people. Just sitting there listening to them and watching them is so interesting. It draws you in, the story. I think that it's something that people will love to see, and the people that I've shown some of dinner parties, obviously, it's out now, but even when I first had it and I would show some people, loved it. Just loved it. They loved to see it and they wanted to see more of it.
Right.
So I would invest, and I have invested in dinner parties, obviously, because it's so entertaining and it's a great story.
It is. So one of my favorite things of the day, so let's talk about that day real quickly before we finish up. One of my favorite things of the day were the closing confessionals.
Right.
I
Right.
thought the closing confessionals were hysterical.
Right.
I loved, by that point, people had a bunch of drinks in them. They were a lot looser. They were into it.
That's what we were telling them. See, because Michele and I was there. So, as much as I try and stay out the way, we're still there, right? And I'm telling them, hey, be yourself. Right. Be comfortable. Go ahead. And boy, did they.
The couple interaction, I thought, was the best at the end.
Yes,
I thought it was so rewarding and so funny.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite parts of the entire day.
It does not disappoint.
No.
It really does not. And then when you look at it and think about the next, say, 13 episodes, or I think you need 8 episodes for Prime Video.
For video, yeah.
I think Prime Video is 8.
Yeah.
I think Netflix is more. But when you think about the next, say, 8 parties.
Say 8 shows, 7 shows, yeah.
Oh my God.
Right? Because they're all going to want to top each other, right?
Correct.
Because we had to
Correct.
start with a pilot, and we picked Rich and Miguel because they are my friends for many years.
Correct.
And so I knew they would be able to deliver what we needed delivered. And they have a beautiful home, and
they did.
And right, and like, when we walked in, we didn't know about the shirtless.
Right.
Staff
We had no
members.
idea.
We had no idea.
Right.
We didn't know Mona Lots was coming.
No idea.
Like, they did all
Right.
of that because I
Yeah.
told them plan the type of dinner party that you would want to have.
Right.
And that's what they did.
Listen, if you haven't seen dinner parties, you have to see dinner parties. Tell them where they can see it.
Griff, where can we see dinner parties?
Dinner Parties is available on YouTube.
Dinner Parties is available on YouTube, and it's Dinner Parties Rehoboth.
Dinner Parties Rehoboth Beach.
Dinner Parties Rehoboth Beach on YouTube.
You have to see dinner parties. It will have you laughing, and you will enjoy it. And foodies, oh my God, there are food sections on there.
Oh yeah.
Where you can they prepare the food. You see them because so many people in America and around are foodies. I don't understand that, but they prepare the food and show you how they prepare the food and everything like that. So that's really good too.
All right, so I think we're wrapping it up, and I want to thank you. And just keep watching, and Griffey will be posting more podcasts for us. And we just thought it would be important for you guys to kind of see who we were too. So
thank you for having us. And next time, maybe we'll get Griffey in front of the camera, maybe for a little bit. Okay.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you are someone who is interested in educating yourself on diabetes, specifically type 2 diabetes, you can follow Mike Hall's Instagram account, Diabetes Knockout, or watch his YouTube channel, From the Mind of M. And to show your support for Michele, you can head down to the South 9th Street Italian Market Festival on May 18th and 19th. For more information, you can check out Italian Market Philly on Instagram or italianmarketphilly.org. Support for the show comes from Blind Eye Productions and in collaboration with Cabin Fever Events Company. We are currently looking for funding to finalize the production of our Season 1. If you or an organization you are a part of would like to participate, please reach out to us at dinnerpartiesrehobothbeach@gmail.com. Like I said, that is dinnerpartiesrehobothbeach@gmail.com. Other than that, please take time, watch episode 1, see what we're all about, as well as follow us on social media to keep up with the cast members. Other than that, have a great day, and thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.